Hey, welcome back to the podcast. This is the SNHU podcast. My name is Giovanni, and I am a freshman at SNHU. I am studying cybersecurity with a focus in data management. And of course, this is our weekly check in. And so this week we are talking about specifically the classwork that we have. So this is a new class and this is on app development. So this is the start of the app development course. So I'll give you a little bit for those that are on the podcast. You can't see, so I'll do my best to describe for you. But for those of you that are looking at the video, this is the milestone that we're at, 1.6, and we're on the pseudocode and flowchart. So basically what this is, you're creating an app for pet check-in. And so the pseudocode that you have to go through and deal with is writing out, and that's what pseudocode is, writing out the information. So if a customer were to come in with a dog, of course, that's the first question, is it a dog or a cat? And then you go through that information. And one of the parts that I wanted to really point out was when you get ready to do your flowchart. So the flowchart, when you do the pseudocode, okay, think of it this way. The pseudocode is giving you the blueprint for exactly what you want to do. Then you do the flowchart in order to take that pseudocode and make it into actions. For example, a customer comes in and they would use this app. So you've been hired by a company to create an app. And so you first have to sit down and say, okay, customer is coming in with a dog. So according to the flowchart, customers coming in with a dog. Great. Okay. Do you have available space? So if you have available space, how many spaces do you have? And just think of it, just like this conversation we're having. How many spaces do you have? Okay. Do you have, because you have 30 spaces in this case. So if you have 30 spaces, then let's go through and say, okay, yes, we have 30 spaces. What's next? Is this a returning customer or is this a new customer? Okay, if this is a returning customer, then you're going to go through, make sure you update the customer's information. This type of stuff is things that make complete sense for most people as you're going through and you're thinking about this as you use an app, for example, a check-in app at a grocery store like Sam's Club. You don't think about all of those steps that you're going through. You're just saying, oh, okay, I'm here to buy my items. I bought milk, I bought chips, I bought bread. Okay, you go through the line, you go ahead and check out, use your credit card that's on file, boom, you're out the door. This is putting those steps together. So getting back to as far as our check-in app, so to speak, and kind of booking for our dog. So now our dog has came in and we've updated the information. So the next step is, okay, what is the pet's name? Okay, let's say the pet's name is Knight. I have a dog, or I have a cat named Knight, but we'll just use that as the name. So the dog's name is Knight, and the dog or cat is what age? So in this case, our dog would be 2 years old. So then you go through and you say, okay, is the dog going to be staying with us? If so, do they want grooming? And then once you've gone through that part, are they going to be there 2 days or more? If that's the case, yes, then you're going to assign them a space. And so I just went through and a lot of my mentality was based off of this. And this is not necessarily to say you have to do yours this way. This is just the way I built mine and went through to say, okay, you've got to go through each step to say stop or not stop and things to that nature. So I just wanted to go over that information. And for those that are, of course, on the podcast, the visuals for this is, again, on the video. So I just put it there. So to help someone, maybe my flowcharts are not very good. So I wouldn't necessarily follow my flowcharts, but I would look at this helps you to see what the mentality is. And as I design now, I will get better with my flowcharts, but right now this is where everything is. And this gives you a good layout of the information. I would not necessarily, or I would say this part, okay? I would not necessarily say that I don't know. I don't necessarily think that I would go through and I would use it, so to speak, the way that it is, but I just wanted to put that information out there. So maybe it might help someone.